はい、おはようございます。So, let's zoom in. So again, demand form yesterday. Demand was retested. This would have been a beautiful trade. I could have gotten in at 11 and sold at, I mean, I was watching the screen. I looked over my video yesterday and I sat there and I specifically said, this is very interesting. I wonder if this is going to be another test of the demand. I'm probably going to regret not going in here. I bet I was right. And yeah, I should have went in. Um, Before I stopped the video, I didn't make another video, but before the market closed, I actually put in a buy-in for 14 for the same option, you see? And I had it sitting here, the buy-in, and it just wouldn't fill me. So I just gave up. Um, let's see, this likely closed here. Yeah, 6:15, because I think you can buy up to 50 minutes after the market closed, you can buy a SPY option. But I'm beginning to think maybe it was best that I didn't do it because if we open where we are now, um, it's very possible. I'm gonna leave this here. I want to see what'll happen if hypothetically I did take a swing. But if we open here, I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm wrong, that this is not enough of a move up to withstand theta decay, especially being that this is so far out of the money. I mean, this is like 5 points out of the money. So, this is probably going to be worth less. So if I did take this swing, I would have lost money, even though we're a little bit higher than we were yesterday. You can see we formed a clean demand here. What is this channel? Okay, that's a descending channel. I don't know if this is really legit though anymore, because well, maybe so. Yeah, we did test it. Well, one test, one test. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how legit this channel even is. And this is, did we reject off of here specifically? Yeah, maybe. I guess one can say this is a retest. Let's see if I have it on ES if it looks better. Rejection, rejection. Yeah, I guess that could be a retest of that channel. So we form a demand here, and let's look at it cleaner on TradingView. Actually, when I started, because I had to do some tasks for work, I started at this candle, and I was watching this candle drop, and I had a feeling that we may end up bouncing here because on TradingView I found this channel here, not the descending one. I never drew the descending one, but I drew this ascending one. Um, I just don't see it that well on Thinkorswim, but I'm gonna try and see if I can draw it again on Thinkorswim because this looks pretty decent. Clear, rejection, 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 rejection. This is a pretty decent line. Maybe I should drag it down a little bit to update this level here, but we did bounce here, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. So yeah, I was thinking we might end up bouncing here, and we did. And here we go. And 4171 has been resistance yesterday. So once we break through this and break out of this channel here, I should increase the length. Sometimes I hate doing this because I end up messing up the, how do I put it? They're not even, is what I guess what I'm trying to say. All right, let's see if we can find this line, this channel on ES. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I specifically say I want a female roommate, and it just does not stop. All these guys keep sending me messages, and I've had to room with guys before. When I was in the academy, I stayed in, like, it was kind of, they had these cheap dormitories, but they were like townhouses, but they were cheaply made. The floor, when you walk on the floor, it feels like you're walking on the floor of what were those little mobile homes that some schools had, like a trailer park home or something. Um, all right, let me increase trading view so I can look and see where this might line up. All right. But yeah, these guys were disgusting. They were noisy. They were obnoxious. And one time I actually lost my temper. I was about to beat the crap out of one, and the other roommate had to calm me down because I had an important test the next day. It was a physical test. Um, because the police academy I went to was a part of Florida where it's harder than most other areas, and you had to actually have a college degree just to even get into the academy. Unlike most places, even till now, you don't have to do that for most places. And it was much more stringent. Everything, all the test results, everything that you would need for other departments or other academies in the state, this place was harder. Duplicate. And yeah, these guys were yelling and having a party or whatever, and they knew. I even spoke to them beforehand and asked them, please respect this. This is one night where I need sleep. They just didn't care. And that's what I find. I find I'm misanthropic in general, but I find that guys are obnoxious. They have an annoying habit of being passively aggressive, certain guys, just like women can be. And I know women are like that because generally they prefer indirect methods of attacking rather than actually fighting. But the truth is, we have strict laws, we have a strict system. We can't just settle things by getting into fistfights like in the old days. So, um, I don't know if I like using the term, but modern men are tend to be very disrespectful and passive aggressive and petty and annoying. I mean, just look at online trolls. Who usually are online trolls? Men. And they usually look the same. They're usually same type of men, the same ethnicity, same type. They usually are soft-looking men who probably would never win an actual fist fight in real life. So yeah, I I'm misanthropic. I'm not really a fan of humans to begin with, and if I'm gonna have to live with one, I'd rather live with one that will more than likely respect my boundaries and respect my living space. I mean, this last girl that was here did for the most part, but not entirely. For example, she would move my things around. She would, even though I had a system of how I would do certain things, she would do it her way, and it just annoyed me, and I just have to ignore it and just deal with it. But it wasn't so severe that it made me angry, if that makes sense. So, um, that is why I don't want a guy. Plus, also, I've been getting messages from guys that I can tell are, how do I put it? They play for the other team, and I just don't want to be bothered with that. Did I remove this on the other one? I don't think I did. All right. Of course, SPY doesn't look the same, but whatever. I've been debating about playing classical music while I'm doing all of this because it's probably boring. But I don't like when people play music so loud you can't hear what the person's saying. All right, that looks good. That looks good. Now, let's see if we can find the inverse on VIX before the market opens. Actually, I hear classical music in my head playing right now. I think it's Bach, or is it Beethoven? I don't really know. I don't really take much effort in remembering the names, unless it's Vivaldi. Vivaldi is one of my favorites, and it's pretty distinct, um, except for the Baroque types of Vivaldi, where he uses the horns. But I like the violin Vivaldi. Duplicate. I was really excited when Vivaldi was playing, and I think it was John Wick 2. Come on, focus. Well, I wish I had found this earlier. It's funny how I always find these channels a bit too late. But this would have been, hey, take it long. Hey, sell it here, right? Um, Fake breakout here, supply created and dropping. So if we can break out of this, this is going to be tough though, to break through this daily and then break out of this. This is going to be tough. Let's switch back to ES. And yeah, getting through this weekly and getting out of this channel is going to be tough. Let's read Adam Mancini's tweets. There's the asshole neighbor slamming the door before leaving because she can't close it like a normal human being. All right. This week my ES rally target was 4165, 475, and I said this was a heavy zone that would take time to eat through. Now spent 24 hours here. Bottoms in once this clears. Plan today, same drill. 4155, 4147 supports. Chop between 4175, 4147. And we just tested 4155 with this candle. So let me go ahead and adjust this one. And I'm going to mark the demand that was formed here. It's possible we could retest this demand confluent with this May low channel, or was this a March low channel? I forget. Maybe take a test of VWAP. I don't know. It seems like there's plenty of support here, but let's see if my swing. Yep, that would have burned me. However, I say that, but if we can start rallying from here, make sure I zoom in on my other charts. I sometimes forget to do that and miss out on key things. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments that were posted and the replies that Adam Mancini gave, because that's one thing that's great about Adam Mancini. He will reply to everyone's comment, and there's been times where people have made rude, passive-aggressive comments, always guys, and Adam Mancini always responded in the most polite Canadian manner. The complete opposite of this K-Pax guy who would just get very angry. I mean, let me back it up. There are people who sometimes will ask an honest question and they'll say, "Hey, I didn't sell at this level. Do you think I should sell now?" And he would respond, "Are you joking? I hope this is a joke. If you're still holding your position now, then you're an idiot," or something like that. That's just how this guy was, just a complete jerk. Um, I say that though, and he did send me a bunch of responses on Twitter, but I can't help but wonder how much of his responses are motivated by him wanting to help or him just being frustrated. Because sometimes he would say things like, "If you don't get it by now, then trading's not for you," you know? And I've never agreed with this whole tough love idea. You can teach someone without being rude, disrespectful, or aggressive. It is possible. This is why I like Japanese culture, because honor and respect is something that is deeply ingrained in their culture. And um, oh, there it is turning around. So yeah, you can teach someone, you can express an opinion without being belittling or disrespectful or passive aggressive. Damn, I'm wondering if I should go ahead and take it long. Because the problem is if we can break past this 4172 level and it starts to rally, great. But by that time I may not be able to get in. It'll take my entire account. But then again, and here's the thing. Remember yesterday I said, oh, I'm only going to take trades when we break a major level, a major pattern that's been formed over a couple days. Well, here's one. The problem is, by the time it makes the break, I won't be able to afford to get in. That's the unfortunate problem. So I'm going to try it. It'll be probably a quick burn of the day. Damn it. There it is. It's already gone. I should have got in at 9. I should have got in earlier. Now, here's the problem. Is this going to be a fake breakout and then turn around and burn me? Because that's more than likely what's going to happen. I mean, breakouts are less successful than I think it's like 40-30% successful. So this could be its point where it turns around and falls on me and I end up getting burned and lose money. And it looks like that's what's happening. But if by some miracle of luck that doesn't happen and we break out of that weekly finally and we begin our run, and then we can finally break out of this level here and the bottom level on VIX, that would be great. But I suspect it's not going to happen yet. Not while I'm in the trade. If I had just gotten in right at the bell, like I should have, this would give me some leeway. I would think, maybe, I don't know. I can put my stop loss at like $5, $6, and risk only a few dollars. But since I got in here at 14, and there it is, it's fallen back down. Let me just zoom in on this, by the way. Yeah, not good. Well, looks like I'm on my way to loss number 6 in a row. Man, it's just amazing. Well, the good news is we're at an hour support on VIX and we broke down that support for now, but Every time we break down a support on VIX and go lower and I'm in the trade, it always turns around suddenly and just slaps me in the face. Yep. We're just struggling to get past that weekly. What may end up happening if it doesn't work, if we don't succeed soon, I would say we need to close this candle at least above this level. Then we're going to fall and we're going to have to dip more and build up energy for another push. And I'm upset because I got in here at 14 thinking once we broke through we might break out, and I should have just put my buy in at 10 and just been greedy and said, hey, if it doesn't come back and picks me up, then so be it. Then I can be at least in profit, and I can have um, a stop loss like at 8 or 7 or something, so it wouldn't burn me so much if it turns around on me. Also, I forgot I'm using ODTE. This is Friday's expiration. I should have chose, but the thing is, since there's a holiday on Monday, I would have to use Tuesday's expiration, and the problem with that is it's going to be very expensive. Even though Saturday, Sunday, Monday are the markets closed, there's still that time gap. You're going to have to pay for the time gap no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's a holiday. All right, so we're pushing. Now we're approaching that really difficult spot I mentioned. Let me quickly show. I don't know if I really want to take away from this screen. Man, I wish I had gotten in at 10 and I could just sell here. But really quick, let me show you VIX. This is the part that's going to be a problem. I have to zoom it out. I can't think or swim, man. We got to get through this daily. Then we can push past this level here. That's going to be very tricky. Very tricky to get past this. Let's see if SPY has anything. This is good. That looks good. Okay. So now we got to get past this level here. We're almost about to break down that daily. This is going to be tough though. I suspect we may even pull back here a little bit, unfortunately, which is bad for me because then I'll be back in the negative again because I'm so far out of the money. And now we've reached the top of that channel for SPY, so yeah, this is going to be a tough spot. I don't want to jinx it, but I wonder if this is going to be one of those days where the market rallies pretty decent, and I'm going to do what I normally do and sell early, and get angry at myself later on in the day of how much money I could have made. The thing is, I really wonder where's the next target though. I don't know if Adam Mancini mentioned it. 4193 is the next target. 4193, so it's about 10 points away, so not that far away. So I can probably get away with selling early. Now we reached the bottom of that channel on VIX. We've broken up the channel on both SPY and ES, and I've got 10 bucks profit. I'm in at 14. Let's see if I can get this to go to 34. No, I don't think it can get that high. Let me just be patient and see. You know what? This is stupid. I should have sold. We're at the bottom of the channel on VIX. This is where I should sell. Even if it's only 10 bucks. Alright, fine. I'll be greedy. I hope this doesn't burn me. I'll do 20 bucks. I don't know if it's going to get that high, but we'll see. No, this is starting to worry me. It's been taking a while now. See, I could have just sold there at 25. It doesn't always make it to Adam Mancini's target. That's my concern. Yeah, that's fine. I know. I'm gonna hate myself later, guys. I know. I know. You sold too early, dum dum, da 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 da. Now watch it turn around and start rallying the moment I sold. But my concern is this. Look, we've had nothing but rejections from this channel so far, and we're rejecting from it now. That's what was concerning me. And we're coming up now to go back above the daily. I know that sometimes SPY can still rally even though VIX is going the other direction. But if I'm already in profits, why risk it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I know, I'm going to hate myself because I shouldn't have. Yep, there it is. There it is. It's rallying even though VIX is turning around. And we're about to hit 30 now. Damn it. So stupid, man. I'm so stupid. It just irritates me. Where is it? Where is 420? There it is. Okay. Did we just hit 30? No, 29. Okay, now it's going back down, of course. Of course, now it's going back down. Wish I had two options to get in, man. But I couldn't. There's no, even if I got in at $9, there's no way. I only had 16 bucks in my account. There's no way I could have gotten two options, but it would have been great if I could have. If I had waited for a pullback and got in at 10 and got in for a couple options at 20, sold one at 30, if we can even make it there. I don't know. I think we might kick 30 soon. Hit 30, I don't know. But sell one at 30, so that's 20 bucks already locked in. So two options at 10, I've already paid for my investment. I already made 100% profit. And then hold on to the other one with a sell at maybe 20. So I can lock in profits there. You know, it's funny, when I first started learning about the MK strategy, where he would just buy in the money or at the money call or put option, whatever, but it's ODTE. And I realized, well, you know, you're saving one on the commission as opposed to buying multiple positions. And you know, I think to myself, how many times have I bought like 10 options and then I lost money, and then I lost not only, you know, $20, $30 from the trade going against me, but an additional $10 from the commission. But even if I make money, I'm still paying that commission. And I could still, if I chose, instead of getting 10 options Instead of buying 10, $20 options for 200 bucks, if I instead bought one in the money option or at the money option for 180 bucks, I might not make as much profit, but I would not have to spend as much money in commission. So I thought, this is genius. This is genius. Why would I want to ever buy a bunch of options, buy multiple options for cheaper value? And now I had, that was like months ago. And last night in the shower, I had another epiphany. I'm thinking, well, because you can scale out, because you can scale out. Now the problem is, if it goes against you, you have to exit quickly because each one of those options will have a cumulative effect in burning you. So if you buy 10 options at $20 and it turns against you and all those options now go from $20 to $15, well, now you're $50 in the hole. So you've lost 25% of your investment already, so you've got to exit because now you're going to lose additional $10 for commission. So you've lost $60 technically. But if it goes in your direction and it starts to rally, and when is it going to rally? When we break a major pattern, when we break out of a major pattern or a major trend, then you can scale out. You can scale out and lock in your profits. And if you don't use ODTE, you use an option that expires 1, 2, 3 days in advance, you can swing for the next day. Although this current market condition, it doesn't tend to typically rally more than a day or two at most. I've noticed that. Unless it's a really bad market event and we're having a heavy sell that encompasses a couple days, more than 2 or 3 days, yeah. But usually those are news generated events and like an FOMC meeting or something like that. They don't always result in a pattern break, but sometimes they do. Generally they do result in a pattern break later on after the news event, the catalyst of the news event. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm sorry. Adam Mancini tweeted, fantastic follow through the start of the day as we continue the leg that began Wednesday. Little to do now, but trailed stops up ES until it stopped. Nearing 4193 target now, 4200.05 above. Breakout to 4240. Wow, that's going to be the bull run in June and July, I guess. Ideally, bulls want some hold. No, sorry. Ideally, bulls want to hold 4175 now, or we need more chop time still. Trade writer. I wonder if I should follow this guy. Why not? Is he being followed by Adam Mancini? I don't think so. All right. So that I exited at 25, right? So that's, oh, look, it never really made it to 30. Overview. I increased my account 41% today. Yeah, well, one can't brag about that being when your account is so small. And my entry wasn't very good. It was more FOMO-ish entry. I should have put a pullback more, like maybe 12. 12 would have been ideal. And then a sell at, well, no, it never, I would like to sell at 32, but like Adam Mancini says, it may need to chop some more before it can push up higher. So that may be what's going to happen. And as you can see, we've broken below the daily now on VIX. It might take a while to break, but from this point to this point, it's going to be a bit of work. But once it does break past this, which I really don't want it to do today, I really would like a retest of this top portion, but like Adam Mancini said, that wouldn't be ideal for bulls. They don't want to lose 4175. So maybe we can come back. Well, I mean, we broke out of this channel. I don't would If we fall back in the channel, that would be considered a false breakout, and now we're forming a supply. So bulls will want to hold, I would say 4181. I know I'm being greedy, but I wish I had put my sell at like 27, 28. I know I'll make just $2 or $3 more, but it still is $2 or $3 more. So let's see if this happens. Let's see if we can bounce here at this channel break. But like I was saying before, scaling, if I had three things. One, if I had waited for a greater pullback and gotten in at multiple options, so let's say I waited for a pullback at 12. Let's assume that I had a large enough account that I can get in with 10 options. So I'm in at for 120. You know what? Just for easy math, because my brain doesn't brain well, let's say I really wanted to be greedy. I waited for a pullback to 10. Great. So I bought 10 options at $10 for $100. All right. Once it gets to 20, I decide to, well, you know what? It was pretty much rallying pretty hard. So would I sell at 20? You know what? Screw it. I have a system. I want to lock in profits as soon as I can. So once it gets to 20, I sell 8 of those options. So I've just made $80, right? And then I decide to sell the last 2 at 30. But we don't make it to 30. So I hold on to it and I put a stop loss at 20. So then if it gets back there, I end up selling the next 2 for 20 and I make $100 after all. So my God, dude. I don't know why, but yesterday it feels like the hair from my beard keeps coming off and I end up getting into my mouth and I end up swallowing like the little specks of hair and it's driving me insane. And I wonder if it's because I've been stuck inside all week. I haven't been working out and my diet's been an egg sandwich. Smoothies and an egg sandwich. Look, it's doing it. We're bouncing here at 4181 right at the breakout of this channel. So if I had decided not to put my stop loss, my sell limit at 20 and decided to hold it at 30 still, look at this big volume. People are jumping in, they see it. So it turns out this may not be a false breakout after all, and the bulls have done their job now. They've destroyed this supply that formed, and now it's pushing onwards. So yeah, if I had those last 2 options, I got in at 10 and I sell at 30, then that's an additional $40 of profit, right? Because 10, that's $20 per option of profit from 10 to 30, and 2 options, that's $40. So I can add those $40 to the $80 that I had made, and instead of making $100, it would be $120. Not major, not huge, but it's a little extra. But if you're like big money, and if this day turns out to be a big rally day, we end up breaking out of here and rallying to 4,200, for example, then consider we get 25 options at $10 for $250. We'll exit out of 10 of those options at 21. So we want to pay for the commission. We exit 10 of those positions at 21 and we lock in $100 right there. So we have 15 options left. We decide to put a stop loss on the other 10 at 20, so we can make sure we lock in the rest of our profits. So we're now at $200 or 21. Sorry, 21. So we're at $200 and the commission has been paid for, and we have 5 options left. So we went in at 250. We've already made 200, and we have 5 options left. If this thing continues rallying, and let's say this thing makes it to Adam Mancini's 4,200 target, I don't know what that would be for SPY, But being that we're at 417 right now on SPY, I would think that that'll be close to the 420 strike. So this should be worth 80, it'll become like maybe 80, $100 in value on those 5 options. So there's an example of how just those trailing, yes, we've made 200, right? $200 on the other options. We locked in those profits. But we may end up making $500 on just the trailing options. They'll make more money. And that's what Adam Mancini is always saying in his newsletters, that his strategy of exiting 75% of his position on the first resistance and then leaving the other 25 as runners always plays out well for him. It's genius, really. If it goes in your favor, you manage to lock in your profits, and then you leave a few runners that can maximize that can absorb the rest of the move and maximize your profits even more just by a few runners. So yeah, it turns out this is a much more genius way to trade. So let's look at it from another example. I'm going to turn this into a 515. And this option is not good. Sorry, let's choose a more in the money option. Let's choose 17.5. All right. So on Wednesday, I think that's when we finally started. And let me zoom this out. Just wish I had seen this channel before, but whatever. Wednesday, oh, this is Thursday. This is Wednesday. Wednesday, we bottomed out. We made a multiple demand zone. Of course, there's no channel here, so there's no pattern here, so I don't know what I can say about taking this trade. I guess maybe the bounce off of this March low, but on TradingView it looked different. Sorry guys, hold on. I'm gonna bring TradingView over. There was something else. Yes, on TradingView we're bouncing off the channel that we broke out of last time. So if I had been paying attention, and this is the cluster of supports that saved this price action many times in this entire month, except for this breakdown below. So if I had been paying attention to TradingView and not been an idiot, it's not a pattern break, but it's a pattern reaction, if that makes sense. It's a pattern reaction to this pattern. 1, 2. This is a major cluster support. I forget what this trend line is for, but every time I zoom out to look at it, it looks terrible. So this would be a good time to take this long. All right. So let's say we did that. We took this long on Wednesday and we got in. There it is. Now it's pushing. Damn it, dude. Sorry, I want to go back to my option and look at where it is now. 26. Is this theta? 27. Yeah, that's theta. But the point is we have broken out of VIX for now. We've broken out of this channel. So all these channel pattern breaks, this is what I've been talking about over and over again. This is what I want to trade. A break of a pattern that's formed over the past few days. And there it is. This is I can almost guarantee this is gonna hit 40 bucks today. But let's go back to our hypothetical. We're at 17.5 for 17.5, and look, now it's up even higher. So let's say we got in, I'm gonna zoom out, on Wednesday, and it was like around 2 o'clock that we hit. So let's say we got in at 30. We just had to get in at 30, so we got 10 options at 30. No, not 10. Stupid. What's a good number that won't hurt my head? You know what, screw it. 10 options at 30. The next day, damn it. The next day we decide we can probably sell here. Look at this. 10 options at 30. We can probably sell 7 of those options at 80 here. Sorry, I gotta bring up the calculator. Um, that's 50 bucks per options, 50 times 8. Let's say we sold 8. So we just locked in 400 bucks of profit. And we did a $300 investment, remember? So we sell here at 80, we lock in 400, but we have 2 options left. Now, we could have sold, if this gets to 120, did this go to 120? No, but it probably will. We can set our sell now at 120, right? So we just locked in 400, we got in at 30, 120 minus 30 is of course 90 times 2. There's another $180 we can lock into our profit. So that's $580 profit off of a $300 investment. That's pretty good. But you couldn't do that with ODTEs. Oh my God, dude. It has to be something that you swing. And let's say we didn't sell here. Let's say, and we got in at 30. We have our stop loss, let's say at 25. We're keeping a tight stop loss, or we don't. I don't know. With options, either you need to have a tight stop loss or no stop loss at all. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, and we set our sell at, let's say, 100. And it moves up here and we sell at 100. Or 101. Take care of commission. We sell 8 options at 101. Oh, you know what though? Probably sell the whole 10. Screw that. At $100? That's $700 profit right there. Why swing it any more than that? You've almost doubled your no, not almost. You've more than doubled your investment. Anyways, I've talked enough. Sorry guys, I'm just babbling. I don't know how much of what I'm saying is really legit or I'm just full of crap. I'm just doing the best I can with what I'm learning. But I want to believe that this is going to rally because this is a pattern break, and every time we break a pattern, we see a pretty strong move. Although I don't think Adam and Cini marked this pattern down. And look, on VIX, yes, we broke out, but now we're back in again. So this is going to take some work. I think I had said that between here and here is going to be chop. It's going to be some work and some time before we can break out of there. And the other reason why I sold early is because I'm using ODTE, and we're out of the money by like 3-4 points. So the longer this takes to chop, the more theta is going to eat away at the premium. And you saw how here we're at $29. Oh well, that's not bad. We're at 28 here. But what I'm saying is, hold on. No, that is bad. Sorry, I'm thinking of it wrong. We're at $29 here, right? This is 9:30. This is a 9:30 candle here. And this is when we really pushed. Or let's look here. 9:45. You know what? Screw this. Let's just go to the minute so I don't have to keep trying to guess. Here at 9:45, we peaked at $29. That was the high here. We got higher than that and reached up to 4190 here at 10:01. But it's less money. It's worth less than where we were when we were up here. So here the option was worth more than here, even though the price is higher. It's theta decay. So the longer this chops, the more this is going to decrease in value, even if this goes up higher. So I know maybe I'm making excuses for selling early, but that's why. But I have confidence this is going to end up breaking out eventually. You know what? Let's take a look and see how many guys have sent me a message. This guy's sending me his phone number too. I'm just blown away. What do I do to make this a done deal? Be a guy. Don't be a guy. I don't get it. Dude, just wow, man. I want to just give up on this whole roommate idea though. I'm really enjoying having my own space. I'm generally curious how some of these young people, 18, 19 years old, can afford a $2,000 a month rent for a room. I just don't get it. Maybe they do this and they do it successfully. I came across a YouTube video yesterday. They're interviewing some guy who lives in Japan. I mean, he's a Japanese guy living in Japan, um, in Osaka, Japan. It doesn't matter where, but this guy's like 25 years old and he's a multi millionaire. And I didn't watch the whole video. I just watched some of it. And they asked the guy, what does he do? And he's a Forex trader. That's what he says. He's a Forex trader. And I'm like, I remember reading a book about Forex, and I could have swore the book said that Forex trading was very random. Unlike uh, the S&P futures, it tends to be very random and not a reliable way of trading. But that's what this guy in this book said. I don't know. I have no idea how Forex works. But the notion that you can be making millions of dollars every year, I can't help but wonder. I mean, obviously this guy's system works. This guy knows what he's doing. But did he already have lots of money to begin with, I wonder? There it is. There it is, guys. So it hit $30 after all. There's the push. And we've broken down that VIX level. 4093 is Adam Mancini's next target. Look at VIX. Look at that breakdown right here. Bam. Gone. Yeah, man. So we broke out of this pattern. Looks like we actually dipped in for a moment. I didn't realize that, and then popped back out. So if you didn't take the trade this morning at the bell, you can probably say, you know what, I'm gonna risk a retest of the pattern and put a buy in right here. And let's say you did choose this strike. I don't know, although I don't know why you would choose something so far out of the money if you had lots of money, but let's say you did, and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna risk getting in at $20 for 100 options because you're big money like that, and you get filled because look, 1,000. I don't even know if this volume is even correct, but 1,000 trades plus, you get filled at $2,000, and you decide you're gonna put your, you want to make a quick scalp because you can't sit here and watch the computer. You decide you're gonna sell everything, just be done, no scaling out, no nothing, and you put your sell at 31. There you go, you're filled. You've just made $1,000 in, let's see, you got in at the first one would have sold 10 o'clock, whatever, 9:59 to 10:09. Make $1,000 in 10 minutes. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. But it would be wise if you did not sell everything. You sold 25, not 25. You got into 100 options. You do what Adam Mancini does. You sell 75%. So you sold 75 of your options. So you've made $750. And well, you know what? This is 4193 target. I would have freaking sold 90 of my options and then held 10. I would have made $900 and just have the last 10 just in case. But I'll put those last 10 with a sell limit at 21. So I can pay off the commission and not lose money on those options. So instead of making $1,000 like you would if you had sold at 31, you would just end up making $900 because you risked the last 10 options hoping that they would break free. But they may end up doing it. Again, every time we break a pattern, I would say 80% of the time, 85%, 90% really, every time we break a pattern and break out of that pattern, or we have a response to a major pattern, like we bounce off of a channel that we broke out of a week or two ago, there's a subsequent big decent move. But the moves are larger with trend and pattern breaks than there are. So that Wednesday um, channel, although I took that channel off, let's go back to trading view. Sorry, that this channel that we're stuck in most of May up until the like for damn near 2 weeks we're stuck in this channel before breaking out. This resulted in a large sell. Formed the triangle, broke that down. This was and also this is like a dual pattern here. This is pretty interesting. We had the channel, but we also have, because this is I think the March or the May low, we also had this triangle form. We tested the bottom and then broke out. So we broke out of one, this triangle pattern right here, and two, out of this descending channel. That resulted in a pretty strong rally. Also, it's hard to see. You know what? I'm gonna zoom in on this because I find this fascinating. This could be um, a megaphone, a reverse megaphone. It could be. And on the third test, we broke down and then we popped back up. But anyways, then we formed another triangle, and this broke down, resulting in a pretty strong sell. And this was the part of the triangle, the May low. We tried to recover off of that, failed. Once that failed, guess what? Another big sell. Now we returned to that trend that we broke out of. Good bounce. Now we have a channel formed. We tested that channel over this morning. And again, this is why it would be great to be a futures trader. You see this channel forming. You wake up at 7 in the morning, you analyze the market, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to put in a buy-in at the bottom of this channel. I don't know how futures works, but you get in at 4155, which was Adam Mancini's support, which he gave in his newsletter, and he also mentioned it here on Twitter. And his tweet was before 8:30, so you had plenty of warning to get in. Get in here at 8:30 at 4155, and wait for the breakout here. Or if the smart move would be to put a sell here, sell some of your positions here. But Adam Mancini gave his first target of 41. Actually, no. If I have to guess, Adam Mancini probably sold his positions at 4175, and then maybe sold the rest here at 4193. I don't think he found this pattern. I recall looking at his newsletter, and it didn't change much from the day before. So this pattern I don't think he created. But anyways, as you can see, we're still pushing up. Anyways, this is a long video now, and I can't make any more trades. I'm glad that I'm profitable, but not by much. I sold at 25. If I had continued holding, because I got in at 14, at no point was I at risk of losing money. If I had held and put my sell at 30, no, we already hit it. We hit 34. So yeah, I sold too early. If I had held and sold at 34, there it is, we're back there again. Instead of making $10, I would have made $20 today. Or if I put it at 35, which is probably going to hit any moment now, I would have paid for the commission, the $1 commission. And so yeah, I was right. 4193 Adam Mancini's target would have been 34. So I could have made 20 bucks today and not just $11. I mean, it says I made 11, but really I made 10 because they're going to take their commission from me. But if I sold at 34, then I would have made 19 minus the commission, which is much better than 10 or 11. So yeah, I sold early. Unfortunate. But again, if I could have gone in with multiple options, I could have put the others to sell at 34. So if I got in with two options, let's say three options at 14, what is that? $32? No, God, I can't do math for Christ. 28 plus 14 is 42. Good Lord, man, I can't stand my brain. 42. So if I sold two, where I sold them at 25, I would have locked in $20 profit and paid for the commission. So that'd be $22 profit. And if I sold the last one at 34, that would have been another $20 profit. So I'd have made 40 for the day. So 100% profit right there. But anyways, I'm gonna walk away now. But this is definitely going to rally some more. I mean, I still have this in 1 minute. This is a clear pattern break that I've been talking about, and this is gonna push. We have to get past this daily and this level. This might chop here, but it's gone. And I was wrong. I thought we might have to chop for a while here on this level, this part here. I mean, it only took 2 candles to finally break out, so it's moving. I just wish I had decent money in my account so I could have gone with multiple options. Actually, if I had fat money in the account, I honestly would have just gone long right at the bell in anticipation, because we bounced at Adam and Cini's level. We bounced almost at the bottom of this channel that I found. I would have just hit market buy as much as I can at the bell. If I can get in 10 options at 120, and there we go. But look, now it's pushing. Yep, so I knew it. I'm gonna be mad at myself for selling too early. Look at that. And it's gonna hit $44 any moment now. Every time, man. Every time I do this. I'm here justifying, oh yeah, you know, it might chop and theta decay, blah, blah, blah. In fact, this would be a good spot to sell if I still held on to my initial position right here. And yeah, if I had waited for a pullback to 10 or 11 and then sold at 41, that would have been 30 bucks profit. Anyways, yep, so it's doing what I said it would do. It's pattern break, rally. This is what I need to wait for. Whoops. This is what I need to wait for. This is when you need to trade. And granted, it didn't break. I took my trade before it broke, but I took a calculated risk that the pattern break was going to happen. And sure enough, it did. And there we are, 41, 42. Yeah, that daily didn't even hold it back. Nor did this pattern here, this trend. It's just pushing. And we're about to hit 44, and that's potentially 3 times the profit I could have made if I had just waited. Oh my man, oh, so annoying, man. So upset at myself. Yeah, if I had just sat here and put my sell at 44, there it is. There it is. Could have made 30 bucks profit. I could be at $46 now instead of 26. And I would feel much better there, because then I would have made up for half of my losses from last week. And this week. I think I sold and lost money on Monday. And probably on Tuesday as well, if I remember. I don't remember. I know I didn't trade on Wednesday, and I didn't trade yesterday. Damn, you know what? If I had taken that trade yesterday at $11 and sold to make 20 bucks, I could have taken 2 options today. Yep. All right, I'm walking away now. No, I gotta show this update. Look, I said I was gonna walk away, but look at that. Look at that run. I mean, we made it to Adam City's first target of 4193, but it didn't even hesitate. It just blew right through it. So today I'm here worried that we may not make it to his target and sold early. And look, Had I waited for a better pullback and got in at 10 or 11 and held up until now, and it's going to go higher. This is going to continue to keep pushing. Every time we break out of a pattern, it really runs. This is a $50 profit I left on the table. 50 bucks. That would have made up for most, and sadly not all, of the losses I've had since I was at my high at 79 a couple weeks ago. So yeah, this is the day where I sold too damn early. Oh man. And better yet, if I had gone in yesterday like I should have and sold, and even if I only made like $20 profit, or even 10, let's say I got greedy and sold at 22, overcautious, sold at 22 for $10 profit, then I would have had $26. Then I could have gone in for two options. I could have said, you know what, I'm gonna wait for this to pull back to at least $12 so I can get in at 24. I can get in a couple options. I could have held one and sold early like I just did and made me feel better, but then hold on to the other one and look at this run. So then I could have made 10 bucks off the first option because I sold too early, like I always do, but I can hold on to the other one and let it run. That's Adam and Sini again. I'm going to walk away after this because I think I'm going to get upset if I keep watching this rally. Incredible follow through on this trade in ES, and as posted 30 minutes ago, little to do but keep trailing stops and riding it. 4193 was my next target for today, clipped. 4200 was next up, just hit. 4215, 4240 are next, but we are very stretched. Tighten stops. 4181, 4175 now support. Yep. I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to hate myself for selling too early. It's about to hit $64 any moment now. There it is. Every time I do this, dude, every time. $50 left on the table. And it's probably going to keep pushing even more. Again, this is the beauty of being able to scale out. You can lock in your profits and take advantage of the position. Yeah, I gotta walk away. Oh man. Well, here we go, guys. That's where we peaked. $95. Just slightly, not slightly, but quite a bit past, be like around $5, $6 past Adam and Sini's target of 42.05. I don't know, man. This is a pattern that formed over the course of 3 days, 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and we broke out of it, and same thing on VIX, and I knew it. I said it again and again. Oh, this is gonna run. Watch, I'm gonna sell too early. I'm gonna end up hating myself, and I keep doing it. And I just took a shower, and I know I think a lot in the shower, and I'm thinking, what can I do to stop doing this? But I mean, all the answers I come up with, it displayed itself. If we do a pattern break, I need to be more patient because it's gonna run. If it bounces off an important level and forms a demand, I need to be patient because it's probably gonna run. It gave me everything I wanted, and I still sold. I mean, I sold at 9:44. I sold before this candle even started. I sold here. $9.44 here. Not even here. This is where I sold. I got in here, probably. No, knowing me, I probably got in here. 'Cause I remember it went against me. I got in here and sold here. 10 minutes, right? I got in at probably 34, 33 actually. No, I had wanted to buy in at 11. I put 10, 14, 10. Anyways, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to catch the bottom. I'm not going to catch the top, but from here to here is too small of a move. If I sold at 4193, at least maybe at the very minimum, if I had sold at 54, that would have been decent. When I was in the shower, the only epiphany I can come up with is what I've been saying all along. If I can get more than one position, where if I had bought two options at 14, two options at 14 instead of one, and then if I sold one at 25, locked at least 50% of the risk that I brought in, which isn't even 50% actually, that's at $28. So if I would have been patient and said, okay, I bought in at 14, maybe if I can sell at what would give me 50%, $14. So instead of selling at 25, I would need to sell at 30, right? Or 28, I guess. Yeah, 28 would make sense. That's 14. So if I held on till 28 or 29 and sold there, so I can pay off one of my options, and then I can just not even have a stop loss in the other one if need be, I'll still lock in $14 profit and then put the stop loss in the other one at $14. If it happens to drop back down there, I still locked in 14 bucks of profit, 50% of profit of my investment. Then hold on to the other one. Just let it run. Let it run. Better yet, three options. If I had three options and I sold two at 29 to lock in, if I did three options at 14, God, I can't. What's 28 plus 14? I did this before. It was 42, right? It was $42. God, man, I hate my brain. Yeah, $42. So if I sold two at 29, locked in $28 of profit, and then just let the other one run. Just something like that. But until I can make one good large trade like I could have done today, I'm going to be screwed. So now I'm going to have to wait for the next pattern to form, which might not happen until maybe not next week, but the week after. So, yeah, it's just so frustrating, man. In this one trade alone, especially if I had waited for a greater pullback, I could have made up for all of my losses, even if I sold at 65. At 65, that would have been 50 bucks. I wouldn't have made up for all of my losses, but I would be at $66. So I'd be $13 away from where I was 2 weeks ago, or a week last week, I think it was. Yeah, last week. Man. Anyways, this is one of those moments where I find it cool how my levels seem to work out, even though they're off. Except here. I don't have a level here on ES. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and adjust this one now. So that's currently our strong sell level. But on SPY, you can see we made it just past my 4-1. Wait, I have this level as, wait, let's see if it'll pop up, 4220, which it isn't, obviously. Over the weekend, I'm going to erase SPY drawings and redo it again. It's actually 4210. So it's funny how it seems to always go 10 points off. But anyways, so we made it just past this point of resistance and fell back down. But not exactly a strong fall anyways. Um, and on the VIX, we made it to this level here before turning back around and going back above this daily, which we may end up falling below anyways. Oh, man. I have the skill to find the levels. I have the skill to find the patterns. I need to refine my skill of getting into the trade at a proper point. And I can't really get mad at myself for my entry today. It wasn't a terrible entry, relatively speaking. I mean, I got in at when did I get in? At 33, so 3 minutes after the market opened. So I got in on, is this 1 minute? Yeah, I got in actually here, this candle here on the rise. Um, Unfortunately, I sold way too early, as always. Where is it? 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 33, 33, and I sold at 44. So here. Why does it look so? I hate how it looks so stretched, man. It looks better like this, but I guess it's good that it looks like this better there, because this is why I normally have the screen. A retest of this May low clone. No, that's not my case. A retest of this May low clone. But anyways, let me put this back to a 515. I need to figure out how to properly enter. I could have waited for a bigger pullback though, because my account's so small. Instead of jumping in at 14, but there's no guarantee that this pullback was even going to happen, so it could have continued pushing back up anyways. But yeah, my entry's fine. My entry's not an issue. It's selling too early. It's a constant issue for me. Selling too early. I mean, I was in at 14. At no point was, except maybe here. Here it was a pretty big pullback, but otherwise, if I had at least kept my 34 sell, I mean 35, that would have made up for it. It wouldn't have been the full, potentially here, $80 of profit I could have made had I sold at 94 at the top. But if an option moves from like $10 to $100, I think I should at least make $20 out of that move. And that didn't happen. We moved from 14 to 95, and if I had caught the top, that would have been an $80 profit, but I only made $10. So yeah, I've got to figure this out. But I did call the break. I did call the run. Of course, Adam and Tini did as well. So we just have to now wait and see for the next pattern to form, which might be another week or two. Well, last time I was here, I think if I recall, we were dropping, we're like here. So we basically chopped, creating a decent looking flag. Well, pennant, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We bounced off of this trend here, and we had a similar trend. Well, actually, no, I don't have that trend on TradingView. I don't know why. What is this trend, by the way? Oh, never mind that trend. That was the triangle, part of the triangle. I wonder if I should keep it, though. I might keep it. I'm going to get rid of the bottom one. So actually, forget the triangle. Really, we bounced off of that. I think that's more coherent. This is the May low clone. I should have a similar one on SPY. I think I do. Oh my God. I think so. Anyways, the point is, we rallied, had a pullback, chopped, had another pullback, and this is what I always find fascinating. Look what time it is. Just after 2 o'clock. Something about that 2 o'clock portion. And here it is here, 2 o'clock. We pull back to 42.05, which is now support, obviously, apparently, and just rallied. And we end up going from 30 to almost 100. Meaning if you missed all of this today and you managed to get in here when we formed a demand at 1:30, technically 1:45, retested it at 2 o'clock, retested it again at 2:15. So if you got in at 2:15, right around here, you got a good run here. And I saw this earlier. We came up and it pulled back. Then it pushed back up and it pulled back. Probably gonna get logged off. I'm playing some Fallout 76 because it's somewhat quiet and I finished my task. But here's what's funny. See all that rallying, all this movement, all this push? Remember we were turning back on VIX? VIX never went down beyond after 10 o'clock. VIX made its low. That's it, the low of the day. VIX has been coming up ever since, and I find it fascinating that even though VIX is going up, ES is still pushing, rallying. So here we are, 10:45, 10 o'clock, and it's still pushing up. And I just realized we just hit a weekly level here at 42. Is this the high of the year so far? No. No, not quite there, but let me zoom out some more. God, what a mess. I gotta get rid of all this crap. Although this crap is what set off this run. Look at that run, man. Look at that run. If I had gotten a Wednesday expiration. Anyways, yeah, this is a good spot for it to pull back, I would think. And the high is 4227 for the year so far. I think so. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Anyways, I wanted to do that quick update. I wanted to make one more video because ultimately this was a monster rally. Monster-ish. We retested Adam Mancini's 4155 level here at 8:30. Beautiful time to go long if you had futures. And we rallied from 4155 to 4220. So 4255 would have been 100 points, obviously, right? So oh my God, I can't do basic math, man. What is 4221 minus 4155? 70? That's 70 points. A 70 point. I wouldn't call that a, you know what? I don't know if I would call that a monster rally. Oh well, this is guy number 12. No, 10 today. I don't get it. And I spoke to one of my boys that used to be, I mean, he's still a cop, but we work together. And we've been friends for 20 years. And when I told him that I keep getting messages from guys, he's like, yeah, of course you would. But I didn't think it would be so obvious. I don't know. Anyways, I'm curious if I didn't have to take such a far out option, such a far out strike. If I could have taken, let's say we started off the day, let's go to SPY. We started off the morning at 4:15. So my option was 20 to 25 points out. So if I could have gone maybe just 2 points out of the money and then used and we just happened to close in 420, so this closed in the money, but you could have gotten in. This is risky, but sometimes it can pay off dramatically if you can get in at a low point right before the market closes, and then there'll be this last minute rally and just push, and look at that. The only downside to this though is that the volume is very low, so you may not be able to sell. You have to do a market sell, but I mean, if you got in at 200, I don't think you'll have too much of a problem market selling at 600 something. Anyways, yeah, so let's see if we could have gotten like a 417.5 strike. So We could have started the day, maybe we could have gotten 500. If it can pull back enough, we can get in 10 options, 50, and or in my case, one option at 50 and just let it run. And at one point today, it was almost 250, or it was 250. So a pretty good day. Interesting. Why doesn't this show, hold on. I'm curious. We'll go back to 420. How come there's an aftermarket section here, but there isn't here? Oh, there it is. It's very small. Okay. So it reached a high of 330, 323. Yeah. Um, Pretty big monster rally, but not I would say moderate. It's a moderate rally compared to some that we've seen before. There's been times where I've sold and made $10, and that option that I was in ended up going as high as $400. So and on VIX, this was interesting. Um, I think I sold here this morning too. I just didn't think we were gonna push past that. I was worried, but again, I should have just trusted Adam Mancini's levels. We pushed past this after all and dropped all the way down to here. And then for the whole day, we've been going up, grinding up slowly. And then we came above this daily just for a bit and then popped back down again. So we rejected from this daily, and I guess that gave us this. That was 3 o'clock. Well, I mean, we started rallying at 2 o'clock anyways, which made no sense. 2 o'clock, we're going up. Meanwhile, 2 o'clock, this is going up. But it turned around at 3:15 and just started coming back down. 3:15. Yeah, weird. We're coming down here. But anyways, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this. Unfortunately, just yet another day where I screwed up and sold too early. It would have been nice if I had more money in my account and I could just scale out. Uh, at least 3 or 4 options at the 420 I picked. I mean, probably wouldn't have picked. God bless it. I probably wouldn't have picked the 420. If that were the case, I probably would have picked something. Well, it depends on how much money I have in my account. But I mean, yeah, I got in down here, this little spot right here, and sold here. So yeah, way too early. But again, if I had multiple options, I could have probably sold a couple at first resistance, which was 419. Yeah, I sold here. I should have held until we got to 4193. Sold, if I had 3 or 4 options, sold 3 here, and then held on to 1 and seen how far I could have gotten. That's what I should have done. I don't know, man. I just know that I have a very unusual craving for fried chicken. And I think the reason why I keep getting hair falling from my beard is one, because um, I've been eating only one meal a day, and by a meal I mean a sandwich. I'm so stressed out about these bills I've got coming up. I should probably get out the house. I've been in here since Monday. I don't think I've left out of the house since Monday or Sunday or Saturday maybe it was. I went to work out. But I have not been out the house since then. It's also been raining pretty much every single day, and I hate driving in Miami in the rain. But I have an unusual craving for some fried chicken. Maybe I'll take a trip to the grocery store, the cheap one that's like freaking 10 miles from here. Um, get some fruit and veggies. And I'm just looking at the road from here. I can see one of the main bridges that leads into the beach area, seeing how packed it is. It is fascinating to know that just a mile from here, the homes that are right on the coast are worth like 30, 40 million dollars. And this little studio is worth 210,000. Well, no, not really. It's worth about 190. But anyways, yeah, man, I don't know. it's like I say to myself, I should get in this trade, and then I don't, and then I regret it. I say to myself, I probably shouldn't sell early, and then I do, and then I regret it. And these opportunities here happen maybe 3 or 4 times a month. I mean, if I bring over trading view and we look at it from the hour, this pattern formed from the beginning of May. This pattern here, and this is the May low. Yeah, this is one of the May low, March low clones, and it formed this triangle here, and then bam, we broke out. And I remember that day I was trading, we broke out, and I did it again. I sold early, and this thing popped all the way up to here, and then chopped until close of day. And I remember the next day I had gotten in again, and I remember I sold early here, and that was that Friday. No, no, that was Thursday. I remember that, and I remember I got back in, and I remember it fell and I lost money, but it popped up anyways later on that day. But it was aftermarket. You can see here, aftermarket was the big move. Then the next day we were in this area, and Friday I remember I took it long and I shouldn't have. It was stupid, and we dropped. Then we formed this pattern here, this triangle. We broke out of this triangle late May, but this was before the market opened, right? Hold on. These are hours, so I have to remember that. Yeah, we broke out of this triangle before the market opened. But the one caveat to this day, though, is I remember thinking about taking it short, and I showed that even if you use an ODTE in the money, because it spent from 7 a.m. till 12 p.m. That's when it finally started dropping, started selling. Because of all that chop, even if you bought it in the money put, you would have been burned. The only way it could have worked is if you bought a put that was this is Wednesday, Tuesday. Maybe if you bought a Thursday or Friday put. Yeah, and this is this week. What am I saying? This is the hilarity of it. This is this week. This is Tuesday when we started falling like this. And then we had a big sell up until one of our the same level here, the same May low clone trend, and then that broke, and then so that broke overnight, and then Wednesday morning when the market opened, it was clear that it was going to drop some more, but it didn't really drop as much because we reached this cluster, and again, this trend we broke out of is where we bounced. So one can consider this another pattern. So this I should have taken a put. You know what? Hold on. Let's see if that would have worked. I don't know if it would have. Let's go back to TradingView and look at that. Oh no, I have to look at it from SPY. Sorry guys. I want to see where SPY was at that point. Come on, focus, fool. It's already at 515. Auto range. Okay. That's Tuesday. We broke out of that triangle. So Tuesday. So I would need to pick a put. Let's say we chose the I really gotta take out these levels. Let's say we chose a 410 just to make it easy. So I'm gonna have to increase this. Sorry, I hate when it gives you a choice between some or everything. I wonder if I could. I think I might be able to add go to the section and add another one here. I forget how to do that, but I might do that. Instead of 14, I might choose 20 or something like that. But anyways, all 410. Obviously it's worthless now, but we're talking about back then. So let's go to a 515. I probably should do a 5-minute, 5-day one. But anyways, so where are we? Tuesday, there it is. Tuesday and a swing to Wednesday. So let's say on Tuesday we got in just for 3 options at, you know what, even 410 was pretty expensive. But just so I don't waste any more of your guys' time, let's say I had a big enough account that I can go 5 options at 40. So I risked and let's say I did it early. I did it shortly after the market opened. I felt like this was going to be a possible swing. We broke out of a pattern. Strategy says, based on that, it should make a big move. So we know it should be going down. We assume it will. When will it happen? We don't know. So screw it. We decided to go 10 options at 50. So 500. And, of course, at one point we're now down over $140 with 150 with commission. But then finally it starts going our way. So logically, it would make sense if you're in at 500, you want to sell. Um, I don't know. Let's say we decide to sell at 101. We made 500 bucks. Let's say we sold 8 out of the options. So 8 times 50, that's 300 bucks. Sorry. Man, again, it feels like I'm swallowing my own hair. Sorry. 50 times 8, 400. Good Lord, man, what is wrong with me? Maybe I should go out and get some fresh air and get some food. So we've made 400 off of our 500 by selling 8 of our options here at 101. Now we've got 2 options that we're holding on to, and we're just going to hold on to them for the next day for a swing. Next day market opens, it's already going in our favor. Drop, drop, drop. We decide to put our next sell at 201. So we sell our next 2 options here at 201, and that gives us what we got in at 50, right? So that's 150 for each option. So additional 300 bucks. So a total of $700 profit, and our commission's paid for. Yeah, man, that's how it works. That's how it works. And let's say we decided to only sell one, and we thought maybe this might drop a little bit more, but come Wednesday, it didn't. So we could still sell when the market opens and make money, just in case we're holding on to a couple more trailers. But yeah. So going back to what I was saying, this was the second major pattern break of May. This was the first one. So May, I don't know. The only other one I can probably see is maybe this one is a head and shoulders with a huge head. Maybe this is a pattern that one could trade, but I don't know. Head and shoulders, they're not a clear pattern as like a channel or a triangle. So this is pattern number 1 to trade. This is pattern number 2 to trade. I don't know if I can consider this pattern number 3. Let's not. Let's just go ahead and say this is pattern number 3 to trade, and there we are. There's only a few days left in May. So this is what I'm saying. There's only like 3 or 4 opportunities per month to make these major trades. So I really got to get my crap together, man. I really got to get my crap together. I'm almost thinking I might just go ahead. I can't believe I'm saying this. Is go ahead and rent it out to some dude, the space, and maybe I charge more instead of what I'm charging. I was charging like 400 bucks, which I think is really fair. Maybe I should instead charge like 600 bucks, 700 bucks. I remember I had one time, this a couple months ago, I had a guy message me from another site, and he goes, I know you only want a female, but here, I'll make you a deal. I'm willing to pay you $700. And I've got a few tasks I didn't even notice. I gotta upload. No, that's not mine. That's not mine, and that's not mine. Okay, never mind. And I thought, man, 700 bucks. You know, you know what? I might do that. And next time a guy messages me, I'm gonna say, listen, I don't want a guy. I only want a female. The only way I'll be willing to go to rent to a guy is if I charge more for the rent. So let me know how much you're willing to pay. It's disgusting to have to deal with the snoring and the filth that most guys bring. And again, I've never ever, and I've as at least a dozen times I live with my little brother. He's a few years younger than me, and he's filthy. I had to live with my stepbrother, who's a year younger than me. He's filthy. I had to live with a friend for a while when I got out of high school. Also, good Lord, they were filthy. And then when I was in college, when I first college I went to, Um, I had a good friend, but both him and his mom were like hoarders, and you can even walk through their apartment without stepping on stuff. It was so messy in there. It was wow. Then when I went to police academy, again, like I said, I had all roommates, guys, all of them filthy, obnoxious living with them. And anytime I've lived in an apartment or something where I had a guy living next door, usually the guys were loud and obnoxious. I've never lived next to or with a guy that was clean, or at least not as clean as me. So I don't know, man. I gotta think of it. I gotta consider this. But I might do it. If another guy messages me, I might say, hey, listen, I posted I only want a female. If I'm gonna room with a guy, I'm gonna charge like 750. So yeah, I might do that. But anyways, guys, I hope whoever else is trading today didn't make my mistake and didn't sell early, or if you were able to get into multiple positions and scale out. Yeah. Look, I just realized this too. Look exactly where it went to. Exactly where I have um my resistance here. So this tells me that Monday is going to be a very tricky, no, not Monday, Tuesday. What day is Tuesday going to be? 30th. It's going to be a very tricky day to trade. A very tricky day to trade. And the sad thing is, oh my God, nah, I'm getting my stomach is sinking. I got to pay rent. My car payment's going to be due. Oh man, it's so frustrating, man. And you know what the sad thing is? If I can get my crap together, and if I had a couple $1,000s in my account, and when I took this trade here, this trade should have yielded me, or could have yielded me, 500 to $1,000 if I did multiple contracts and traded this properly. Same thing here. Should have traded this. Well, I probably would have sold here and here. Like I just demonstrated that put for $50, if instead of buying 10 puts, yeah, no, let me take that back. 10 puts would have been 500, so that's plenty for us for an account that's like a few $1,000s. Probably too much actually, but right here, this is and with the swing, this is 500 to $700 profit could have been made there, and here we just demonstrated today. I took um I took a long that was probably way too out of the money, but nonetheless, if I had taken this, if instead of getting 114, if I had gotten 10 for 140 and actually scaled out properly, could have made, 500 bucks today. So if I can get my crap together and start trading properly and not sell early and not trade when I shouldn't be trading in a bunch of chop nonsense, I could be making at least another $1,000 a month. Maybe to be conservative, 500 bucks a month. That'll cover my car payment. That'll cover the car payment, and I probably wouldn't even have to rent. You know what though? You know, it would be an ideal roommate if I had to go with a guy that knows how to do this. I might put that. I might reply. The only way I will have a guy roommate is if A, you can pay additional rent because I don't want to. My preference is not a guy, and B, um, you happen to know how to trade if you have market experience. Anyways, man, this video is way too long. I really am sorry, guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and let's see what next week has in store for us. Johnny.